All right, so Shadow Network, you are running a spy agency. This is set up for 4 players. It does play five, and it does play one, so it plays from 1 to 5. And all right, so in a multiplayer game, we're each controlling our own spy agency. You may feel free to name it anything you wish.
Mhm.
As far as that's concerned, the player board is should be in front of you there. It has the light on the one side and the phone on the other. And I'll start on the big board here and then go down. Brian will keep me honest to make sure I don't miss anything. But we'll start at the top. So at the top, you're looking at what we call handlers. Handlers are your currency exchange or the intelligence exchange. The game will play over 4 rounds, which is in this cool film strip down here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so each round we'll do some maintenance in between, but basically the idea of the game is to take intelligence, exchange it, and to make dossiers, which are suitcases, and then the suitcases are going to be completed to high-profile people through these contracts.
Yeah.
All right. So you will start the game with 2 handlers that you see before you. They are. I don't know why you have 3. That's.
Oh, that's my bad. I discarded.
I got
think.
this one. I think it was
All
that.
right.
Yeah. Anything you want to discard that gives me a
I
benefit, feel free to put in front of
I
me.
was
That's fine.
I didn't expect you to sit on the edge of the table, so it's usually
Sure,
where I
sure.
throw my discard.
Yeah.
That's where we throw stuff.
I
Whenever
planned
we
it.
play.
I planned it the whole time.
There you go. But so that's the idea, and then the winner of the game is the person with the most global influence at the end of the game. So there's no money per se. We will use influence, which is these tokens here, as currency
Okay.
in the game, and that's what you're trying to raise. So that's what's across the top. Next, you'll see the contract cards. This is a discard here, and we will discard cards face down so that they don't get confused with what's face up. You may always take anything that's face up. This is the river here for contract cards, and then the
Okay.
deck. They will wipe in between rounds to keep it fresh and moving. And anytime somebody plucks one out when they're at the black market, then it will backfill. So there should always
Okay.
be 3 showing. So this is the contract cards here. Next, you're seeing the cities, and these are the Polaroids that are out. There are 3 cities we won't use. That's for a 5-player game
Got
to
it.
keep the interaction awesome.
I was just gonna say while you were looking at the placement of these things are randomized. Is that what it is?
They are. So you're
Okay.
looking at the prototype format for it when we sent the physical prototypes, and when you get yours, probably tomorrow because Spencer already mailed it. But um, your tiles will be 2 tiles, but they'll say A1, A1,
Okay.
A2, A2. So the A1's got to be on any A city. So if you look at the cities, they're broken up: A, B, 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 C, 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 your D's, and then you have E's.
I didn't know this was gonna be so educational. I just learned like half the
Yeah.
alphabet right there.
You did. So that is where they are located. So
Sure,
they're actually
okay.
kind of broken up. A's are in the Americas, C is south of Capricorn, B is Europe, D is Asia, and then E is the like Indonesia type area.
Sure.
So that's just so you know the region of what we're talking about. The secret, what we call secret data, is on top. So whenever you place an agent, because that is what you do on your turn, you'll place an agent into a city. So if we look at London, I would place my agent on London, and he would collect a yellow, 2 yellows, and 1 green. And I would take those out of the bags over here. Everybody should have bags kind of close by them.
Okay.
This is called the general supply. So I would take 2 yellows, bam, bam, and a green, and those go into my inbox on my player board, the wooden inbox. All right, so this means as Dr. Evil here, I'm running my Shadow Network, and I sent out my dastardly cool undercover agent. He goes to London and he listens in, does whatever, and acquires secret data from the government here and that goes to my inbox. Then there was a green and a blue that he was unable to capture, and that's going to leak. We call it leaking. So he's going to leak a green to an A of his choice. So there's 3A cities, and let's say we're going to leak it to Mexico City. And then we would also have a blue that would leak to C. So we're going to grab a blue, and we're going to say, we're going to leak this down to Cape Town. And that would be what I did on my turn. The other thing you can have is a black market. They're symbolized by this symbol here, and they move each round. So in the first round, we will start with 4, and then it will go to 3. Then there'll be 3 in the third round, and the final round there'll only be 2. And that's important because it's a specific location, and when you share locations, you have to pay to share. So you'll see as I explain here what that matters. But so you place your agent, you collect your secret data, which is the upper portion. You are going to leak the lower portion, and then if there's no black market at that location, your turn is now over, and it will go to the next person, and they would place an agent, and we'll do that in turn order. If there is a black market, you would then be able to take black market actions. If you look down below your player board, there's a little helper card to the right side, and that has what your black market actions are. So on the top of the black market card, it shows exchange influence for information. So you can always go to the black market and you can get information that's for sale. All right. So for 1 influence, you can gain 2 yellows. For 2 influence, you can gain 1 green. For 3 influence, you can gain 2 greens. For 2 influence, you can get a blue, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 6 influence for 2 purples. All right. And there is a hierarchy, so to speak. Yellows are the cheapest, purples are the most expensive. So yellow is political, green is military, blue is financial, and purple is top secret information. That's what the colors represent. Underneath that, you'll see there's 3 other areas. You can gain an agent for 1 influence. You may always draw 1 contract card for free, or you may draw 2. If you pay an extra influence, you can draw a second one. And a handler will cost you 1 influence. And you can do all these things 1 time. So I may exchange for info, gain an agent, collect a contract, and gain a handler if I have the influence to do so. Okay?
Awesome.
Then play would pass, and it's now my off turn. And in your off turn, that's when you're going to do all of your decryption and formulating of dossiers and complete contracts. So there's no downtime in this game. It's super bitchin' that way. So
Love it.
right. You will, whatever information you have. So let's say, so if you look over my board here, I had the 2 yellow and the green. And if I had one of my little handlers here, let's see, I got this handler. Boom. So this handler wants green. So if you look at the formula from left to right, it says -1 green, arrowed, +2 yellow, +1 purple. So I can take a piece of military intelligence, trade it to this handler, and they're going to give me 2 political intelligence and 1 top secret intelligence.
Sounds like a pretty good trade.
Yes. These are starters. The starters are kind of good, so you can kind of get your engine primed and start rolling. But they are limited in use. So if you'll notice on the bottom of the handler card, it says uses. So every time I use it, I got a stack of green on it. And when I have 3 greens, then this handler is exhausted. Laura will no longer exchange information with me. I have outused my uses with her. All right.
Sure.
And then anything that's a starter handler has the red around it and the little star, that would be discarded from the game upon your 3rd use. The regular handlers that you see on the board, there's 12 of them. There's 4 yellows, 3 greens, 3 blues, and 2 purples here. when you're done using them, they go back to the board for someone else to grab. So you'll see these ones, there's some that are only have 2 uses. So they're pretty good, but you can only use them twice. So on your off turn, you may run any handler you have one time. So if I have room for 3 handlers here, I could have 3 handlers stacked and I could use them all once if I had the intelligence to do so. In this case, I only have 1. I've run it one time. I now have 4 yellow pieces of intelligence and 1 purple. Pink is purple here. So what can I do with that? Well, if you look below that, there's an encryption ledger on your board, and that's the formula to create briefcases. In this case, it says it wants 3 yellows to make 1 briefcase. 1 yellow briefcase equals 3 yellows. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I am going to complete, boom, I'm going to make a yellow. So for online play, you're just going to take 1 of these and just drop it there, and the other 2 will go away. They go back to the general supply. So now you show you've created 1 yellow briefcase. So if you follow this arrow straight across, and right here it says you gain 1 influence for every yellow created. Then I'm going to take 1 influence and add it to my coffee mug. Boom. And now I got 2 influence. And I've created 1 yellow. All right. So that is how this works. So you do your handler and your encryption on your off turn. And then it'll come back around to you and you'll place your second agent out. Okay. And don't forget, like, you can increase your agents, you can increase handlers, you can do all that stuff when you're at the black market. That's how you're going to grow your syndicate or network. Okay. If you notice in your inbox, there's a little thing that says -4. At any time, as a free action, either on your turn or on your off turn, doesn't matter, I may pay 4 and remove that and gain 6 new spots to place.
Oh, nice.
More in intelligence, because you will see it'll get tight for you, and you're going to be like, I need more spots. Okay. At the end of the round, you are responsible for paying your agents. There is upkeep.
Nice.
So the -1 to the agent is actually -0. So you never have to pay if you only have 1. Now you start the game with 2. We're going to fix that in the next iteration here, but it is 3, 6, and 10. So if you have 4 agents, it's going to cost you 10 influence, and if you only have 2, it costs you 3. So at the end of round 1, you will be responsible for producing 3 influence to pay, or you got to discard intelligence down. Any 2 intelligence gives you 1 influence at the end of the round for discarding down, and if you can't pay, meaning you have no influence and you have no intelligence, and you got to discard down to 1 agent, and that can be really detrimental. So I urge you
Feed
not
them
to do
stone.
Caverna.
Yeah, that's really punishing, but it does mitigate sort of the overreach. Like, well, if I just lose them, who cares? Like, it really does.
It sucks because then you got to buy them back.
Yeah, for sure,
at the black market. So just to put that out there. Now, that's not a common thing that happens to people at all, but just so you're aware. So that is the interaction between the cities and your board and what you do in your off turn. Other things, housekeeping wise. So your contracts that you have, you start the game with 3. You're going to keep 2 and discard 1. The one that you discard, if you look to the upper left corner, so if we look at this contract here that's on the very top of the stack, and I'll explain here. So you have intel gained. So at the beginning of the game, like I said, you have 3. You're going to discard 1 and you're going to gain the intel for your starting intel. So if you discarded this at the beginning of the game, you would get 1 yellow and 1 green intelligence in your inbox, and that would start you. So looking at your contracts in your hand, you're going to slough off 1 and take the intel gained as your reward for sloughing that 1 at the beginning of the game. Other things you're looking at. Down here where the suitcases are, that's what this person wants. So this high profile target wants a green, a pink, and a yellow blue. So wants 2 green, 1 yellow blue, and 1 purple. All right, that's what she's asking for. So if I held this in my hand, I would need to have those briefcases on my player board. So in this case, it wants a green. So I would have a green. I would have a yellow. Was a yellow blue, and I would have a purple. Now, if I have these, and I have this contract over here, I'm trying to fulfill. I think it's 2 greens, so I need 2 greens. Now, here's the rub. In order to complete this, I got to cross a milestone. So if you look down at the player board, there's these cool little candy stripes. It looks kind of like peppermint stick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where you see those, that's a milestone. You got to cross it, meaning I have to create the briefcase on the other side. So if I make 1 purple, that does not net me a milestone. But when I place another purple, it would, because I'm crossing over that line in the middle. Bam.
Makes sense.
So when I cross that, that earns me the right to perform a milestone action, which is collect 3 influence or reject and discard a contract from my hand and gain intel, or complete a contract that I have in my hand by fulfilling the contract. And so how do I show that? Well, it's very simple. So if I had 2 greens, I would put my green here. And for every green I make, I'm just going to keep extending this out like this, showing that I've completed those. But let's say I have 3 green and I want to complete this. All right. So I'm going to say, I'm going to pay 1, 2, and then I'm going to pay 1 purple, and I'm going to pay 1 yellow blue, and that is what it asks for. 2, 1, and 1. Now I have completed this during my off turn while I'm in the game. And at the very bottom are 3 numbers, 13, 9, and -3. So if I complete this contract off a milestone while the game, before the end of round 4, I'm going to get 13 influence at the end of the game for this contract. If at the end of the game, so after I place my last worker, my last agent, that ends the game for me. Now you're going to have your off turn after you place your agent, but your game essentially is over. So anything you make after that is going to be end game, and you would get the middle score. If you fail to complete this contract and you're still holding it in your hand at the end of the game, you're going to take a -3 hit if you never do it. So be careful how many contracts you take. It's always good to maybe have some extra so that when you cross a milestone and you're not ready to complete a contract, you can always dump one and get free intel. Now you can always take the 3 influence as well as a contract action, as a milestone action rather. But it's always nice to have an option because it's just another way to get a couple pieces of intelligence. And you'll see the tension is real on these suckers because you'll be like, oh, I need a milestone to complete. And the game is starting to, you're starting to ramp your engine up, but you can only complete a contract when you cross these milestones, and they're not all over the place. So it can be a stretch sometimes. So getting that extra few bits matters.
I'm going to ask an obvious question just because it hasn't actually been mentioned yet. I assume the whole point of leaking is because when someone else goes to that spot, they also get anything sitting there.
You got it.
Okay.
It becomes what Brian calls a honey hole.
Okay. And then the second question was, you said that when you share a spot, you have to pay.
You do. So if I'm here and Tim comes, Tim, right? Tim?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Tim comes in. I want to make sure I don't call you by a name. You'd be like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
So if Tim laid down here, then he would
I've
have
been
to
called worse.
pay me an influence.
Okay.
Yeah, but
influence.
I don't want to be the guy that does that shit. Man, this guy from Talon Strikes, he was a jerk. He kept calling me a different name.
Tim, you just said that earlier. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. So you pay the one influence
Okay.
to go there. If there was 2 people there, you got to pay them both.
Okay.
And you cannot go to a city in the same round where you already have an agent.
Okay.
So if I go to Rome or London in this round, I cannot go there again in this round. So I could not do that. So that is those 2 rules. I think that's enough to get rolling.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a look at your handlers. The handler you don't want, discard over here. Don't discard it in Tim's area. And then
I disagree.
keep the 2 contracts you would like, and then discard one of the contracts and take the intel from that contract. Let me clear my board here so I'm not.
Should we
cheating.
discard face down?
Yes, thank you. You always want to just hit F and flip it, and that way it will never be, that these are no good. Because we did that once, and somebody's like, "Can I buy that?" I'm like, "No." So then that rule was born. Discard with flip over the discard row.
So we should have 1 handler and 2 contracts, yeah?
Correct. And then take the handler that you want, throw it underneath your phone. Yep. You can have up to tray handlers.
That's a lot.
It is. It makes a really cool engine, though, when you can make one, because you can run them all one time.
Sure, yeah.
So if you get like my handler takes green and makes yellow purple. So if I got a handler that takes a yellow and makes a green, now I can turn a yellow into a green, into 2 yellow, and a purple.
Sure.
So it's like this cool thing. People think like Century Spice Road, but like on crack.
Sure, yeah. Isn't that like a pyramid scheme or something? So basically, I say I'll give you $1 for a hot dog, and you do it, and then I go to someone else and say I'll give you this hot dog for $2, and I just doubled my money.
That's it.
Like
it has that thing. So you can see like handlers are importante to get the right ones to make your engine go, and you'll see sometimes someone might snag it before you, and because the black market's limited. All right, so let me shuffle these bad boys.
Oh, that says where the black market's going. Cool. I was gonna ask that.
It does. So we're gonna go.
And these also, I'm assuming, don't start on the board, right?
The what?
You
no, you can rip those off.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry, my bad.
No,
Thank
you're
you.
good.
So the first black market is Sydney. So let me just black markets are out. That's going to be New York. It's going to be London, Cape Town, and Sydney. So there's 8 cards left. So we'll go 3, 3, and then 2.
Okay.
In the next couple rounds. So round 1, Brian will be the first player. We'll just let that. Everybody will get a chance to be the first player. It'll move up after each round, so everybody will get that opportunity. But because Brian is the first player and there's nothing seeded on the board, he will start with 2 influence to make up for that. Everybody else will have the option. Leaks will be on the board from Brian when Dan goes, and so on and so forth. But Brian gets a fresh board, and this is the only time in a game when it's like this. So that person gets 2 influence to make up for that.
All right, I went to Cape Town. I took the blue, the 1 influence. I just dropped a green in D. I'm only stating this so you know what I did for this first round.
Sure.
You get an idea what's going on. I stated I dropped the green in D, and I'm about to drop an influence over here in a B. And let's go here.
So what gave you the 3rd influence?
I started, since I'm start player and the board isn't seated for me, I don't get like a honey hole. I started with 1 extra influence at the beginning. Yeah.
And then Cape Town produces a single influence for you.
Right here. And then since I'm at a black market, I am going to spend, I think, 2 intel here. And I'm going to take a contract and a handler.
Oh.
I don't know which one. I think we're going to go blue. All right.
I don't know about you, Dan, but I'm prepared to lose this badly.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You'll see.
This
And,
do just fine.
and then I'm just gonna pay for a contract. You don't always go to the black markets, but there are times where you need to like get those resources, the handlers or a contract or
Sure.
and what pulls you away from the black market is like we mentioned earlier, the honey holes. They're gonna start to pile up
Sure.
to where they're completely
I'll tell you, I wasn't
insane.
planning on going here, but you have now tempted me with 2 influence
Right.
on 1 location. That is
Right.
Yeah. That's gross.
You can make a plan, but then when you see people drop intel everywhere, it kind of
yeah.
it kind of like
And-
you kind of think, well, why wouldn't I go grab all that? Yeah.
So now you're going to leak a yellow to an A.
Yep. Okay. Yellow
And
to
an influence to a C. And what we really wanted was transparent cards. I don't know that we'll be able to do that. That's a stretch goal. I really, really wanted transparent cards because we want to do the game board double layer, 400
Yeah,
GSM on top, and then the card drops down into the well, and the Polaroid will be there. And then I can do 2 sets of transparent cards and give you 4 iterations.
Am
per
I on?
Oh,
city.
wow.
I'm on a B, right?
You want to leak a yellow to an A, and you want to leak a influence to a C.
Yeah,
And
I'm on B. Okay, I couldn't see because the hand. I was just saying.
I'm sorry, you are.
You're good.
And C is down here.
Okay, well then I guess I'll do this.
Yeah, I just think of south of Capricorn is how I remember it.
Sure.
There you
okay.
go.
And then I'll play passes to Tim.
Oh, great.
Because you
guys
had no
did it.
black market, but now you may run your handler if you can and produce if you can. If you can't, no worries. Just wait for the next round.
This game's gonna go fast.
It does play fast. In real life, we can. What did we play the first time we played, Brian? We played maybe 45 minutes.
Sometimes
was-
it can get a little crunchy at times, but you're crunchy on your off turn, so
Yeah.
I don't.
That's powerful.
Oh,
It's been about an
this guy
hour.
died.
He's been assassinated.
Yeah. Way to
We
stay
do
on
not
theme.
have that, but
Seems
we
like
do
it's-
have impersonation.
Ooh. Well, that's the expansion. Just assassinating each other.
We talked about doing hits,
yeah.
so we threw around a mechanic for that. But we have impersonation, wiretapping, surveillance, and dead drops. Those are the little modules that you
Okay.
can get. All right, so I'm going to place my first dude. Oh, where
No,
are we
don't
going?
go there. No.
Ooh, yellow, Sydney. We might like. No, I need green. Where's green? Oh, is there a green down there? Or is that blue? No, that's
No,
blue.
it's Tokyo has the 2 green.
Let's go there. So we will do 2 green to me.
Oh, he's spreading a top secret intel. Tokyo's
Who
letting
knows
stuff
those?
leak.
Yeah. And we got a pink going to A. And we'll go there. And 2 yellows going to D. So you can split. You can send them to the same, or you can split them. So I am going to split them.
Yeah, I assume you could because I did it on my turn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't ask.
Whoops. I'll just see if I can get away with this. I split it right
Uh,
into my own board.
Yep.
Right.
I love, though, I really like the idea that you have to seed other places when you're going, when you're picking where you're going. I think that's
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, I like it. I will say it does make us come off as just the worst top secret company on the planet. We're just constantly leaking stuff.
Dan, you got to study your history, man. 'Cause
Yeah,
unless
good
you're
point.
the KGB, they're leaking everywhere.
Good point. You're right.
Yeah, we felt that it fit the spy theme pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna leak a green to an A. There you go. And a blue to a C. Oh nope. We're gonna put it there. And let's see. That is my leak. Then I get to black market. Oh, so poor. I think I'm gonna take another agent. Oh, do I? Oh, I don't know if I can make 6. Can I make 6? Might be able to make 6. Maybe. I don't want to be the idiot that like takes the guy and then can't complete it and has to give it back.
I was gonna try it. I mean, I was gonna do it, but then I got distracted by a different city.
Ooh,
But I usually,
shiny.
Right. I think
I
I'm
usually,
gonna do that.
I usually try to unlock my third.
I'm doing that. I am gonna draw 1 contract card. I'll take this guy. That's my free card. This is gonna go out. I am not buying a handler, although I want another one.
Guess I could do that.
All right, I am out of workers, so I am.
Anybody
passing.
else have 3?
Nope.
3 what?
Workers,
workers.
agents.
Agents. Sweet. So it's going to come back around to me. Nice, but I got to run my crap real quick here. So I am going to produce a yellow that gets red. Or do I want to do a yellow? Oh, I do. Let's do that. Yellow, green. Put that back. And then gets me 2 bones. 1 bone, 2 bone.
I think I'm gonna do.
I do like that I can sit over here and think about fiddling my combinations out when it's my off turn, but you also have no idea if I'm over here just cheating and fiddling. But...
Yeah, sure. Oh, am I not supposed to be doing that?
Well, if it's Dan,
Yeah.
I assume it's a cheat. Brian, I'll give the benefit of the doubt for now.
There you go. Appropriate.
my
So
one
who
game
has
that I... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, who has the turn marker on him right now?
Sorry, it's me.
Okay.
I forgot you still have another guy, huh? So you're waiting for it to go.
I do. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Brian. Sorry.
Oh, the one game I always like to just claim that I'm always cheating at is like Roll for the Galaxy. I don't know if you played that, but you
roll behind the screen.
roll behind the screen.
Yes.
Like you have no idea what I'm doing back here.
So am I? So just by making 1 blue suitcase, I gain 4 influence right now.
Yes. If you've had 3, you crunched it down, you get 1, you discard 2, put the 1 there, you gain 4 influence. You got it.
Don't do that,
Incredible.
Dan.
Already did.
No, I don't want you to have influence.
Man, I planned too much ahead for this turn, I guess. I wasn't expecting to end with this much influence.
Oh, sure. Humble brag about it.
I mean, I haven't looked at your guys' board. You guys might have 10 times more than me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't look at mine. It's embarrassing.
So we will now do a round maintenance. So we will advance the slider up 1. Incentivize. Brian will do that. So any city that has no agent will get an influence on
Oh,
it.
boy, that's huge.
Nice.
Okay.
To incentivize, I will move the black market. We're only going to draw 3 cards this time. Okay, so that was the end of the round. First turn has gone to purple, so we'll advance the marker to purple.
Yep. And can I just, at the start of my turn, just pay my 4 influence to flip this thing, to get rid of this
Yep.
thing? Okay.
You got it. You can do that anytime.
Yep.
Like I did it in the off turn, but you can do it anytime as a free action.
Yeah,
It's just whenever you want to spend the dough.
doing that right now because
I need to-
am. Do dwarves come home? I forgot.
They
To do
take
that.
our workers back.
I'm sorry. Dwarves come home.
Oh wait, I'm not blue. I took the blue guy because
I'm like,
I'm so used
Dan,
to it.
I was looking for that blue guy. I'm like, where the hell is he?
I'm always blue. It's just that I knew the seating position was dumb, so I didn't take it. Unlike you.
I'm just gonna tell you, Dan. When we play this, you can't say dwarves come home. You have to say spies come home.
Sorry. I say dwarves come home in every worker placement game I ever play. It just happens. Okay, so I feel like even though I want all that influence, this is the best spot on the planet for me. So I gotta go here.
I guess that makes sense since it's a world map.
Yeah. Did we wipe the river? I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
I don't.
No, those
think
are the
so.
same
No.
people.
No, yep.
There we go. Cool.
And 1 blue.
Boom.
So a handler just costs 1 influence.
Yeah. 1 for an agent, 1 for a handler. Oh, and I may not have mentioned, but I don't, it might be intuitive. It may not. If you see like on your player board the red square rectangles around the
Mhm.
first 2 rows, when you fill in that box, you get what's at the top or at the
Sure.
bottom, and it counts as a milestone.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
I did know it counted as a milestone, but I will say, I guess that makes sense that the dotted lines are at the top. But I will say it was very intuitive that I figured, yes, if you get one of each color, you get 2 influence, basically, right?
Extra, yes.
And this game definitely keeps you busy on your downtime.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I played. A guy came and played a Gen Con. We had 5 different sessions for this, and the guy played it. And he at the end, I was taking feedback, and he goes, "This game passes the phone test." And I'm like, "The phone test?" He goes, "Yeah, I didn't touch my phone once."
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
I'm like,
Right on.
"Oh, sweet, I'll take that."
Yeah, man. Whatever
That was-
weird sideways compliment you want to give me, I'll take it.
I thought about, should I put that on the Kickstarter? I didn't touch my phone once. Unknown Gen Con player. Like we talked about throwing that out
So
there.
much. It's pretty funny. It's relatable.
Yeah, right? I know.
Try that.
Oh, I have a question.
like-
What does the intercepted transmission down here say?
So
Uh-oh.
So James Churchill made that. So he's the artist, right? So I haven't ever been able to get like a real straight answer out of him. So I don't know if it says something like your mom has a big booty or
Oh,
I
nice.
don't know.
Okay.
But I'm assuming not. He's made reference that it's something about Black Talon. So
Okay.
that was kind
Okay.
of the homage for the Black Talon Syndicate or whatever. And
That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
yeah, but I'm sure one day he'll watch. He's doing a Kickstarter with a like an art book of all like the covers and art he's made for games.
Okay.
That's opening like next week or something. But watch him put the board in there and then say, and this is what the translation is, or something goofy like that. He's a very talented artist.
Yeah, I mean, if he did the art for this, clearly.
So
I like
he's doing the board for Salon de Paris, and then he did some of the art, well, a lot of the art for Night Market, the cover, the player board and stuff, the stalls. That's a neat game. We have that on TTS too. Like all of our stuff is loaded. All of our stuff that's in development.
So I'm guessing if you don't have enough room for the resources, you just choose which ones you want to take, and you
Correct.
can discard to make room for ones you would rather have, etc.
You got it.
Cool.
Man, I'm
Again,
not-
intuitive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I usually buy the upgrade. For some reason, this game I'm trying to play without it.
I was gonna buy it, but then I was like, I wanted another agent, and I wanted to be able to pay for them.
Yeah, you guys aren't leaking intel where I need it.
Well, that's
Oh,
on
good.
purpose. Well, this is like too good. I got
The last place
here.
I went there for the city's intel, not what was leaked there.
Yay! I
'cause-
got $1.
That's it.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I mean, I knew that spot was gonna be there by the time of my next turn. It was a good spot.
It was so good. It was there on my turn,
Yeah.
and it was so good. But it was nothing that I currently needed, like
Yes.
immediately needed.
That's all right. You knew that I wanted to go there. and
Yeah,
you
but I
left
didn't want to
it.
give you an entire inbox of
No, that's
candy over
nice.
here.
My agency thanks you greatly.
Tim, I'm looking at his board. I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, you gotta spend money to make money type thing.
You do.
I've been nonstop analyzing what I'm supposed to do on this turn this entire round, and now it's my turn, and I'm still not 100% sure. Okay, so if I go here, I have to pay you, but I get one, so it's basically free.
Yes, pay me. But because it's me, I also require extra payment.
I disagree. I get this. Then at the black market,
That's called Tim Tax.
I can.
That's right,
pay
man.
2 for a green. I missed. And then unfortunately I'm out of money. But then I have to take a yellow. Put it here. take money. I'm gonna call it money. I know. I'm sorry. And put
It's all right.
put it.
Happens
I
a
do
lot.
not find it offensive at all.
2, 1, 3. This
Dan,
is
you're
six.
supposed to use their terms.
It's mega credits. No. So. Yeah. I guess that's it. Everything else takes place. Okay. Time for me to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Okay.
Just do like I do, Dan, and don't have a plan.
Yeah.
That's why I never win. Let's see. Actually, I play worse when I try to plan for some reason. Let's see. 2 yellow and D. Let's just go at already occupied locations. Whoops. Let's do it. Wait, that's E. Purple and A. Okay.
Passing milestones is hard.
I told you. It's that.
So hard.
I tell you, man, the tension is real. You will start sweating when you get into turn 4 and you're like, oh, I gotta get this done. Like, there was a guy on the Kickstarter, like day 1, he was like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on here. I'm like, I challenged him. I'm like, come and play. You go click the thing. We offer 3 games a week. Come play. Because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you could come play. I put it up on the thing. I'm like, I guarantee you, you'll be busy. There's a lot going on without any other stuff injected.
There's definitely a lot going on.
So, because I haven't fulfilled a contract yet, I'm going to ask, so the point of these black cube things on your board is because you have used them. So,
Yes.
So that means you start over, like, so you only have 1 blue suitcase now? That's what that shows?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
For use. But
yeah, okay.
he's tracking, so when he crosses a milestone, he keeps tracking and
I got.
getting paid.
I have 2 yellow. So this one and then this one.
Yeah, okay.
But he's made 3.
This is hard. I'm just going to... Oh, look. I accidentally dropped my money over in front of you, Brian. I'm going to take this really quick.
Sure.
Hey, if that works, let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I doing? This is terrible.
Oh my god, there's a $10 coin too? I haven't even needed to look at that.
All right, so go in there. I got $1.
Yeah, they start
going.
coming out.
There you go. Freebie for Tim and freebie for Dan.
Boo, Dan. Yay.
Yay, I got something.
Yeah. So I'm going to get 1 influence back for the location. What is that? A green coming to me. I am going to get a different contract. Dude, is there nothing with purple? Oh, I got to take this one. And I got to get another handler.
Well, doesn't technically a new one pop out and you could
Yep.
buy it for $1?
Yeah, if I want to.
I suggest you have many contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Load
just
up.
want me to lose.
Ticket to Ride rules.
I
Right.
forgot. That's a good
Get
idea. You guys
them
should all do that.
contracts.
I'm gonna stand a chance if you
got
guys all have like 20 contracts in your hand. I just realized that.
Just to watch Dan cry when you fill.
I'm just stressing out to get these 3 done.
3? What a high number.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
my goal. I've done 1. My goal is 3.
My goal is 1.
Where are all the blue handlers gone? Who's taking them?
I've been sitting. Make a blue or get a blue.
Never mind. All right, there we go.
Yeah, what, are you trying to win or something?
Finally, yes.
Yeah, finally. All right.
I know.
I am never letting you organize anything for me. Saying. Look at your player board.
And I am done.
Yep.
Yep.
Who you
Okay,
talking to,
well,
Dan?
you know what? I'm done. That was a tough
Yes,
one.
Team Marvin.
bold move there, Cotton.
Oh, it's gonna be a rough last turn.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy.
Is that mine?
I think you're the wizard.
You are the wizard.
I know I'm first.
Oh, okay.
All right, are we ready?
Technically.
You know.
I think so.
Ready to
All
cry.
I gotta start with a purple.
You know what makes you feel any better? I have the same feeling. And I'm just slightly ahead of you, but there's always like this room for improvement feel. Like I feel like I should have
This game
been doing
humbles
better.
you very quickly. It's one of those. You're like, oh, yeah. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, like you put your guy down, you pick 2 things up, you leak 2 things, you move on. Unless you're doing the black market, and then you got 4 other things, and that's it. Like ultimately, it's a super simple thing, but like you don't have like downtime, especially in later rounds. You're like crunching stuff down and trying to figure out what you need to get there. And oh, you took Cindy.
I did. I needed it so bad.
Dude, you're breaking my heart over here.
So bad.
Oh.
I'd say I feel bad, but that wouldn't be truthful.
That's all right. I understand.
And normally I really only like hurting Dan's feelings, but sometimes we got to make exceptions.
Oh.
No sweat. Yeah. You can do each handler once.
That's what I thought. That makes more sense. Okay.
So like you got 2.
I just
look at your inbox. It's color coded.
It's so pretty. And that's why I said I'm never letting you organize anything for me.
I cleaned up his trash. I cleaned up all his trash over here. Yeah, I know what I want. Don't touch it.
Oh, if I knew what you needed, I would totally.
That was it.
All right, feeling good.
That's always a good feeling.
Very limp biscuit over here. Should I be feeling bad? Should I be feeling good? Yeah. So that's 2 yellows and an influence coming to me as well. Can use the yellows to go into my handler. And that's a black market, so I gotta get a handler. It's gonna make me some.
Seems almost normal now, but I'm gonna pay purple $1.
Yay!
You know what? I am gonna take this contract.
You just won me the game.
Yeah. It just seems like step 1.
Yeah.
Place
pay
worker.
Purple.
Pay purple $1. And my turn is done.
Okay.
Don't blow it, Dan. Don't blow it. He just gave you the game.
He just gave it to me. I know. So I needed to pass that milestone. So I need that. So I need this. I think is the best option.
Ooh, I inbox was perfect.
Take your money back.
Oh.
You sounded so salty when you said it.
Just take it back.
Well, that I did that. I leaked into my own section with my own person there. Created a honey hole around my guy so I get my $1 back.
I think that's a valid strategy.
It works. That's.
I mean, clearly it just did, right? I mean, you got your thing back.
Did I do math wrong?
And then
yes.
Black market.
It looks like I did.
So here's a question. If there's already 2 guys on a black market spot, do you pay both of them?
Yes.
Nice. I'm not doing that.
Depends on what side of the coin you're on that one, if it's nice or not.
It's worth
it.
Right. You need it.
I'm actually going to pay you. Throw that over there.
Excellent. Thank
duck
you.
in. Yeah.
It's another VP.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just giving out VP.
Man,
I'm the
brutal
Oprah of the Spy Network. You get a VP and you get a VP.
You get a VP.
Don't remember where they go.
All right. Let's see.
Okay. I have every resource spot filled, Dan. Do something.
That's a green.
I'm going to put a contract for my milestone.
This is just ugly.
1, 2. Moves that up.
Purple.
Oh, no, wait, I don't want to put that there. That's too juicy.
It'll be there for your turn.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah,
that's
sure
that's a green, 3 yellow, a blue, and a purple. Ooh.
So I'm gonna...
Moscow is awesome. The Russians are doing great. Oh man.
Fill that and be done. Boop.
All right.
Oh my gosh, where to now? Where to place? Should I take the 2? Does he take door number 1 with 2 purple, a yellow, or do you take door number 2? 3, my lord. Choose 3.
You done, Dan? You're out?
I only have 3. You guys have 4.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk about this Sunday. I know.
I'm not gonna win, Dan, but I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, you are.
So
Hey, dude, I got both my contracts completed. That's all I care about. That took so much work.
Is it math time?
Yeah, I think so. I think I only got 3 done though. That's crappy, and I have this left over.
Only got 3 done.
Well, considering I've done 5 in a game, like, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like if you do the lesser ones, like this one, you know, some of them are hard, and it just kind of depends on how they come up. But
Do you have to pay your upkeep for
You
your
do.
spies on the last turn? Okay,
you do.
paying that now.
Paying my 10. All right. So for me, I had 9, 16, and 11 for my contracts. So that's 36, and then I had 40 influence. I had no negatives, so I have total score 76.
Ouch.
I'll
Big
draw.
Brian got 74. Yeah, beat him 2. All right. 40 for
You-
Dan.
You
Yeah.
just looked at my score and added 2 more. That's all you
I
did.
what?
You just looked at my score and then just added 2 more.
Exactly what I did.
That's such a Tim move.
Hey, listen, I can't help it if sometimes you just happen to win at the end of the game.
Yeah,
All right, that's not bad then. I'll take 56. I feel better. I beat Dan by more. That makes me feel good.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's
this
fun.
game is pretty. This is really solid, man. This is really solid.
I loved it.
Cool, good. Well, I'm glad it's a good experience for you. That
I'm just so bad at games.
it really, yeah, me too.
You
I
didn't
lose
want to.
all the time. Like winning tonight, just is like a kismet. I don't
Yeah.
normally win. Brian will tell you, I usually lose. When
you know,
we play.
Oh, I wrote wrong.
I enjoy
meant-
winning,
hold
but it
on.
doesn't.
This
I
is
don't
what
live and
meant.
die by it.
There it goes.
That's 80. That's what I meant.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's Shadow Network.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.